Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking today's Reddit Rose report. Well, here's some news I've found laying around the internet. Dark main event after last night's SmackDown tapings in Kansas City saw Daniel Bryan defeat, Randy Orton with a knee to the face. Yeah. By the way, Jim Ross, he was in New York City this morning for some meetings about future projects, and guess who he ran into? Shane McMahon, which I haven't said that word in here for a while. And COLT CABANA revealed on his Steve Austin podcast appearance that he's scheduled to return to NXT for another tryout, announcing tryout soon. Fans are being encouraged to wear Halloween costumes at the October 29th SmackDown taping in Tampa Bay Times Forum, Tampa Bay, Florida. And I would suspect you better watch what you wear, because if you wear certain people's, let's say, Halloween outfit, they probably won't let you. Word is that WWE Diva Champion AJ Lee is still dealing with an elbow injury. She's been dealing with it ever since mid-September. I wish I could help her out with that. And this is kind of odd that wrestling legend Larry Zbyszko recently spoke with Steve and Scum of WGD Weekly. Don't know anything about that. Anyway, here's the highlight. Pardon me. The financial state of TNA. He was asked. They made the wrong decisions from what I hear. Bob Carter, well, he had a hard time trying to say no to his daughter Dixie. And finally, they blew through so much money with no results after 10 years that Bob resigned. And I think the mother took over, and she's controlling the purse strings, which is true. And from what I hear, this guy is now fired, and this guy is now fired, and, you know, they're firing. And if you want to stay there, I guess you got to take a pay cut. After the guys wrestling there, or half the guys, he says, wrestling there are on food stamps. He says, I was shocked when I heard that one. And I heard that from a few people, that not only there, but a lot of wrestlers that just got that wrestling bug, man. They end up having to, you know, do food stamps, because if they don't make it, and a ton of them don't, there's not enough room to go around, actually. And you got to have that it thing. All right, I guess in a correction from Tuesday, the post-Raw angle after Monday's show in St. Louis saw Daniel Bryan asked the fans if they wanted to see an RKO. The fans, of course, shouted yes. They chanted yes, and so Bryan ended up doing an RKO. He did it on Chad Patton, the referee. And Bryan then got on the mic, apologized for what he admitted was the worst RKO in history. Stephanie McMahon and her mother, Linda, they were present at the Future's Most Powerful Women's Summit this week. And can you imagine that? Wouldn't that do an ego a tremendous lift? Powerful women. I already have powerful men, but nah, it's still for the woman. Anyway, The Rock confirmed on Twitter that he is starring in a San Andreas Fault movie about a major earthquake that hits California. Filming begins early in 2014. The Rock tweeted, excited about making his first epic 3D disaster movie. A privilege to play the role, he says. Anyway, he says something about first responders, so I don't know if that's what he was. I know he's looking for his long-lost daughter. WWE NXT star Alexander Ruzhov and his new valet Lana is going to be meeting fans for Thursday's NXT taping down in Florida. There are several rewrites to the script at last night's Raw from St. Louis. I guess Zeb Colter hyped, now I'm talking about Mondays, Zeb Colter hyped tonight's WWE main event and SmackDown tapings, and wrote on Twitter, he says, we the people, of course, in Kansas City for SmackDown, who takes a ride on the big swing tonight, courtesy of Antonio Cesaro. Who's going to do it? All right, WWE may have pushed the planned match between The Miz and Bray Wyatt for Hell in a Cell to Survivor Series pay-per-view, because, you know, Wyatt's not clear to wrestle yet. Wyatt would torment and haunt The Miz as a way to build to the match until he's cleared to compete. I'll be up there in a minute there. Max is over there whiny. WWE's Diva champion. AJ Lee, I told you she was out for a while. Anyway, she had a message Wednesday thanking her fans for their support while she recovers from a concussion. Says, thank you all for your well wishes. I'm already back in the ring, but pretty sure I'm actually a superhero. Oh well. Hey, Kane is now free to return to action after he finished shooting WWE movie See No Evil 2 last week in Canada. So Bray Wyatt, your wheelchair may catch on fire. And the WWE Studio holiday movie Christmas Bounty starring The Miz will debut on ABC Family Tuesday, November 26th at 7 o'clock. And it says he's a former bounty hunter that turned into an elementary school teacher. Determined to have a normal life and keep her bounty hunter past secret, she reluctantly turns home for a Christmas to help the family by catching one bounty that got away. But when her fiancé follows her home for the holidays, she struggles to hide the family business and bounty hunter ex-boyfriend, which is The Miz, she thought she'd left behind. But he caught up with her to sound like a stalker. MTV Jersey Shore star and former TNA celebrity talent Angela Bravanek, she recently spoke with RIV, Riv, and Lyndon of Ask. I don't know what that is either. Anyway, they were asked about her time in TNA. She said that she was trained by Hulk Hogan, Kurt Angle, and Robbie E. And she still couldn't make it. Anyway, TNA was late to pay her when she appeared for the company 3 years ago, and she had to practically call DIXIE to receive her paycheck. And Hulk Hogan was her childhood hero of hers. Happy birthday to former CZW Junior Heavyweight Champion Derek Frazier, 33. Former Chikara star and regular Jimmy Equinox Olsen, 27. Former ECW champion Justin Incredible, 40. And WSU Hall of Famer Missy Hyatt, 50 years old today. I can't believe Missy being 50 though. But Justin Incredible, he was the one that was on food stamps for a while and working at Sizzler and things like that. Anyway, also this would have been the birthday of former WCW television champion. Do you remember the Renegade, Rick Wilson? Would have been 48 years old. And on this day, the wrestling world lost two personalities. First, 2003 Hall of Famer, tag team champion, the Road Warrior, died at the age of 46. Towards the end of his life, Hawk teamed regularly with Animal, appearing once more on WWE programming before his passing of an apparent heart attack in Florida. And also in 2003, same year, fellow Hall of Famer and legendary trainer Stu Hart died at the age of 88. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.